In this video, I'm going to explain how to engage your deep core muscles. These muscles are crucial in providing support to our spine and pelvis, and they're fundamental in Pilates because we need to learn how to engage them appropriately for each exercise. So during the videos, I will refer to things like connecting to your center, finding your tummy connection, switching on your core, or engaging your tummy. And all of these refer to the same thing, which is switching on your deep core connection. So there are a couple of ways that we can learn to do this, and we'll start in a neutral position, lying on our backs. Neutral position is where our spine and pelvis is ideally aligned. So we want to try and find the natural curves in our spine. So we'll come down to lie on our backs with a small head cushion or folded towel underneath your head for support, knees bent and feet hip width apart. If you just take your hands onto your hip bones, to find neutral position, we want to gently roll the pelvis, rolling the small of the back towards the floor, gently imprinting your lower back into the mat, and then very gently arching your lower back away from the mat. So it's a smooth and gentle rock of the pelvis, rolling the lower back towards and away from the mat. And I want you to find a center position in between those two extremes. And you might find that you can slide one hand just underneath your lower back. That's your natural lumbar curve, which we want to try and keep in this position. But it shouldn't feel forced, it should feel relaxed. So to find your deep core muscles, the first way is to imagine that you're wearing a low slung belt. So it's going from one hip to the other. Starting with your fingertips resting on your hip bones, just walk the fingertips in towards each other so that they're now resting on your tummy. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine that you're pulling your tummy away from that low slung belt, or drawing your abdominal muscles away from that imaginary low slung belt. So you might feel those muscles underneath your fingertips gently tensing. You should be able to breathe naturally throughout. So you should be able to take a breath in and a breath out without losing that tummy connection. And if you do, then just finding it again on your next out breath. You want that core connection about 2 or 3 out of 10 in terms of level. So it's not tensing your tummy muscles, it's not gripping your abdominals, it's much gentler and much deeper than that. The second way to find your deep core muscles is using the pelvic floor. So you can imagine your pelvic floor as a net running from your pubic bone to your tailbone. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine pulling that net upwards. And again, you might feel your tummy muscles just gently tensing underneath your fingertips. Again, you should be able to breathe naturally, holding that pelvic floor and deep core connection. And again, if you lose it, then you can just switch on again on your next out breath. Learning how to engage your deep core muscles does take practice and training. So start practicing lying down on your mat in your neutral position, and then when you get more used to it, you could try it standing while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, or in your chair at work. Just practicing this deep abdominal connection using the breathing, and over time it will become easier.